Alright, for this tutorial, I will be making a timer, and we'll actually be doing a timer for the power-up that we just made. That's a common thing for power-ups, I suppose, is that they only last for a specific number of seconds. So we'll start by taking our power-up as the base for the game, and we're going to add on to that. So I'm going to make a copy of that, and we'll rename it as T06 timer. And we'll open Godot and import that folder, and we'll open up the game here. Alright, here we go. This is what we had done in the last tutorial. So let's go to our player scene, and we'll add a new child to our player scene, and it's going to be called timer. Okay, timer here. And so in the inspector of this timer node, we see a few options. We have, but the ones that are kind of important for us are wait time, which is how long the timer lasts for. In this case, default is to 1 second, and then one shot, which means that it doesn't kind of reset and then keep going. We have auto start, which means when this node is created, it will automatically start. Those are the two that we're going to pay attention to at the moment. So let's set our wait time to say 5 seconds so we can see that we are getting a good power up, and then it will end. And let's turn one shot on and auto start not on, because we don't want to start the timer yet when this thing is created, because of course the timer node is created when the player is created. There's no use for the timer to start at that point because we haven't touched the power up yet. And so we're going to actually start the timer in the code. So let's go to the power up function. So we'll go in player.gd. So as we saw last time in the power up function, this is where we change the speed to 1000, and this is where we change the jump velocity to -900. So we're also going to now start the timer. So we'll grab the timer from the scene tree and timer.start. And that's as easy as that is. So what we want to do is we want to know when it ends, of course. So we go to our timer node, and then we go to the right panel where the inspector is, but we're actually going to go into node, and we're going to go into signals. And so we have one signal for the timer, which is timeout. So we're going to click on that, and we're going to connect that with the player script. So connect that, and we can see a new function has appeared, func on timer timeout. So this is what code we're going to execute when that timer is up. And so when that timer is up, what do I want to do? Well, I want to put our speed back to whatever it was before. Was it 200, I believe? And our jump velocity back to negative, I think it was at 300. Let me just make sure those are correct. 100 and -300. All right. So speed is 100. And yeah, that should be it. So let's try that and see if it works. Let's play the game. Okay, moving slow. Power up, moving fast. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there we go. We're moving slow. And so that's all we need for our timer. So that has lots of applications, power-ups, of course. But we can also have a timer in our game. How long does it take for the player to do something? Or maybe there's a time limit, and at the end of the time limit, if you haven't achieved an objective, you're game over. There's like many applications of timers, and they are quite easy to use. So a very useful thing. All right, so that is it for this tutorial, a quick one. Let's see you in the next one.